All right, good Sunday evening, everybody. I'm meteorologist Keith Gibson here in the First Alert Weather Center, and I hope you're doing well on this end of the weekend. We are approaching 8 o'clock on Sunday, and we're going to go through a little weather discussion to get you primed and ready to go for the coming work week. We've got a couple of things that we will be monitoring as we get into the work week. How about some warmer weather? We want to have some warmer weather, right? We'll let some folks gather up on the stream here. We definitely want some milder weather after the cold weather we've had. A lot of us feel that way anyway, but some of you may be in that winter mindset and you really want the Arctic chill to last. And unfortunately, the Arctic air is on the way out. If you love the cold air, it's leaving tonight, and we actually have above average temperatures that will come back in for our day tomorrow and also for the rest of the work week into the coming weekend, next weekend and beyond. So let's just recap where we have been since November 1st. I want to show you this. I put this together. This is the temperature trend, the daily temperature departure going back to November 1st. And the trend line, the reds are days that are above average, and the blue, days that have been below average as far as the temperature. Now, we know the last week plus has been very, very cold around here, but overwhelmingly, the days since November have been very warm, especially December, really the entire month of December. So it has been warm in general for the entire winter season, minus a couple of cold spells here, about 3 cold spells. This last one, the most extreme. But now we will be transitioning into some milder weather here. And let's talk about this going into our Monday, our school day forecast, just to get you ready to go. We start out in the 20s, around 20 degrees at 7 a.m. So if you're heading to the bus stop early or to any place early, 7, 8, 9, we're going to be in the low 20s, wind chills, single digits to low teens. It's going to be a bit brisk when we start out the day, mostly cloudy skies. By the afternoon, we're thinking upper 20s, lower 30s, wind chills recovering into the 20s. Still a little bit breezy, but it is going to be a little bit milder overall for the second part of the day, for the commute home from work, for the commute home from school. We should be in better shape. Now, most of us will not have any active weather for our Monday. We're looking at a lot of cloud cover. There could be a little bit of light snow shower activity across the north woods tonight, tomorrow morning, some of that beginning to blossom. Most of this that you see on First Alert Viper Max tonight is going to stay to the north of northeastern Wisconsin, but we are monitoring that little feature. Zooming way down to Kansas and Oklahoma and Arkansas, that pink you see there is some wintry precip, and that is moving northeast, and most of that is going to miss our area late tonight, tomorrow morning. But for areas, let's just say from Fond du Lac to Sheboygan and south and east, there is a chance for a few flakes, maybe a light wintry mix late tonight, tomorrow morning. Again, most spots won't see it, but it is a possibility. But we have a few more weather makers out across the southwest, the desert southwest out in California, and that energy is gradually going to be coming our way. So yes, we are monitoring some milder air coming our way, a lot of 30s here, generally mid-30s starting Tuesday and beyond, Monday upper 20s, low 30s, so a little bit cooler. But with the warmer air, we also have more cloud cover and a couple of features that we just talked about here. One that could produce some slippery spots here late Monday night, Tuesday morning around here. So that is why we have denoted Tuesday with the severe weather outlook in that yellow category. We'll watch that. Also Thursday, there could be some rain, a light mix, or some wet snow around here. And some of that could linger into Friday as well. So 2 main weather makers that could hit us this week here. Late Monday night into Tuesday, and also probably Wednesday night into Thursday, and some of that could linger into Friday. So that is the trade-off with the milder air coming our way. So this next weather maker here, this would be, again, Monday night into Tuesday. This is where we would think that there would be a better chance for a little bit of a light wintry mix, some freezing drizzle, some slushy snow perhaps. Better snow chances seem to be trending farther south. Again, this would be late Monday night into Tuesday. So we're going to have to watch that Tuesday morning commute a little bit here as we get into that time frame. So that is the next thing up on the docket. So I want to time this out for you here with our First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. if you didn't see our newscast at 5 o'clock, this will be an extended version of that. If you did happen to see it, well, this will be a refresher here. So let's start the clock at 11:30. We mentioned the chance for a few snowflakes across the North Woods, and predictor is picking up on that activity. A lot of this will be north of the Fox Valley if we happen to see it. It's going to be very light if you do happen to see it, but there could be a few flakes across the far north tonight as a little disturbance moves on through. Advancing through the overnight hours, this is 7 a.m. A lot of cloud cover across our area, but notice down towards Manitowoc, Sheboygan, this is where we think there could be a little bit of a light snow, maybe a light mix with that precipitation that is down in Arkansas and Oklahoma right now in Missouri. That could graze parts of our area. That's going to be more of a concern down towards Metro Chicago later tonight into tomorrow and even into Tuesday. But for us, we may get clipped by it just a little bit. So just keep that in mind if you have interest that will take you down towards Manitowoc, Sheboygan, point south, Milwaukee, Chicago, going into our Monday morning. I'm going to have a bigger zoomed out view of predictor here in just a few minutes, but we're keeping that local for now. So again, that is during the night tomorrow morning. Most of our Monday should basically be mostly cloudy with temperatures in the upper 20s, low 30s. It's looking like a pretty quiet day overall for us here. I'm going to advance into our Monday night and pause us at 7 a.m. on Tuesday. Still looking pretty quiet overall, but there are hints. You can see a little bit of pink. Let me pop this up full screen again. There's some hints that there could be some light freezing drizzle, some light wintry mix somewhere in here on Tuesday morning, and also a chance for a little bit of snow as a second push of moisture comes into parts of our region here. So this is 7 a.m. and let's advance this and get up to the noon hour. It doesn't look too significant here. This is like the latest run that just came into my computer here. So it's really downplaying what could happen on Tuesday. So just looking at some other sources here, this is my manually drawn map for what it's worth. And again, this is a low confidence forecast here, folks. This is not clear cut, but this would probably be like quote unquote the worst case scenario if we happen to see something sinister as far as wintry weather on Tuesday. From the valley, east and south, there could be a coating of some snow, perhaps an inch or two too, depending on how far north some snow could actually get up in here, or moisture that could turn into snow. And then back to the northwest, really across the entire area, there could be some light freezing drizzle or a light mix. So we're just kind of hedging things for Tuesday in general here. There could be a little bit of snow. If we do see snow, it would be favored in the southeast, but there could be a light mix or some light freezing drizzle everywhere. Temperatures will be slowly warming above freezing in many spots here during the day Tuesday, but some surfaces could still stay on the colder side. So we're gonna have to watch out for whatever happens on Tuesday. But this is not too significant as far as a major storm. Confidence is still pretty low here. I'm not too gung-ho on what I'm telling you right now just because it doesn't all agree. But I think we have the general gist that there could be some wintry weather here. It's a tricky forecast because temperatures will be hovering around freezing during the course of this event. Now, this is a bigger view of predictor. And you can see that we have this moisture that will come in from the south on Tuesday. The northern extent of the more significant precipitation is trending to stay more to our south and east. And wherever the northern fringe sets up, that's where the heaviest burst of snow could be. But even here, Tuesday afternoon, where you see a lot of cloud cover across northeastern Wisconsin, this is where I think there could be some freezing drizzle or a light mix. It doesn't really show up too well on the forecast models, but it's a possibility. Temperatures will be edging a little bit above freezing, but we're still going to have some colder air around and some colder surfaces. So that would be Tuesday. That would go away by Tuesday evening, I think. And going into our Wednesday, we'll likely have a lot of cloud cover. There could be some fog around here later this week too, as some mild air rushes over this cold snowpack we have. But I think in general on Wednesday, as another system comes our way from the south, we will likely start out as some light rain for most of the area, with temperatures getting well above freezing. We're thinking mid to maybe upper 30s or late Wednesday. But then as we get into Thursday, We'll have some more rain around, but it could actually switch back over to some wet snow or a mix of rain and snow, depending on the temperature profile of the atmosphere on Thursday. So again, we are teetering on the brink as far as precip types, with our temperatures fluctuating around 30 degrees during the 32 degrees here later this week. So this would be Thursday afternoon about 4 o'clock. There could be some rain. Some of us may have some wet snow or a mix going on, and some of that system could linger into Friday morning as well, especially in the north. So that is the general gist of things here going into the middle of the week. We've got to watch Monday night late into Tuesday, and then probably Wednesday night into Thursday, where some rain could switch back over to snow. So 2 time frames in there that we'll be watching as we go throughout this week. So all of that is coming our way. Right now, it's cold, still chilly. We've been hovering in the mid to upper teens all evening long, and these numbers, if anything, will be going up slowly. We're not going to dip anymore tonight. So what you see is what we're going to be looking at for lows. But wind chills are in the single digits above and below zero. It's nippy out there. It's still a very chilly night. Not as cold as the last couple of nights, but still brisk out there with single-digit wind chills. Now, your Monday planner, we start out around 20, so we'll slowly rise the temperatures during the night, and then by the afternoon, look at this, low 30s or some upper 20s. Wind chills start to ease up into the 20s too, so it's going to feel a little bit better. It's still going to be brisk, but it's not going to be as bad. Monday is kind of like that transition day before we really kick into some slightly milder air after that, but we're going from really cold to nice and mild, above average, and we have to have a transition. And tonight into our Monday is going to be that transition. We have those gusty southwesterly winds that will continue to bring in some milder air. It's already into the lower 30s across parts of Missouri and Kansas, and that air is coming our way. So for our highs tomorrow, Northwoods, parts of northern Door County may only do the upper 20s. The Fox Valley, we're going with low 30s, and the Lakeshore, low 30s, Manitowoc, Sheboygan, and South. This would be during the afternoon hours, so it's going to be a slow rise all night, and we'll just keep going all day long tomorrow. So the cold air we have now is the coldest it's really going to be in at least a week, maybe more, because this extended warm-up will last through next weekend and maybe beyond. So it's very chilly now. It's been cold the last 7, 8, 9 days, and now this is the bottoming out of this current Arctic outbreak, and we will go back up above the average here. So across the region on Monday, if you're doing any traveling, I just want to let you know, relatively quiet conditions from our area to the north, although there could be a little bit of light snow around tonight, tomorrow morning across the Northwoods and the UP. We really have to watch out for the southern part of Wisconsin, Illinois, that area later on tonight. And I mentioned I would show you the bigger run of predictor here. So notice Milwaukee and Chicago, and those areas here later on tonight into our Monday morning. I'm going to pause this 7 a.m. on Monday. That moisture from the south is going to graze southeastern Wisconsin. For the most part, it's going to miss our area, with the exception of like maybe Fond du Lac, Sheboygan, perhaps Manitowoc late tonight, tomorrow morning. But there could be a little bit of more mixed potential, light snow potential, sleet potential, something like that down across southeastern Wisconsin, definitely into Illinois late tonight and tomorrow morning. That will likely go away going into the afternoon on Monday, but there still could be some lingering drizzle or freezing drizzle there. That second wave will come on in Monday night. This is 10 o'clock, and a lot of this is actually going to be in some sort of like frozen freezing rain. That's what I'm trying to say. Brain froze up for a second. Freezing rain. An icy glaze could develop across northern Illinois here, and maybe even far southern Wisconsin late Monday into Tuesday. Some of that's going to switch over to snow, though. And why I'm saying the Tuesday forecast for us is low confidence right now is because the northern edge of the significant precipitation that you see here on this runner predictor doesn't really get into our area, but other forecast models take it a little bit farther north, maybe as north as the Fox Valley for that coating to a couple of inches of slushy snow. So I definitely urge you to check back in with us here on WBAY here over the next 24 hours here. We'll try to hone this down and get a little bit more specific as we get into tomorrow morning for sure, and definitely by tomorrow afternoon there should be a lot better agreement with some of our forecast models. But just in case you're traveling down to the south, there is a winter weather advisory for Monday and Tuesday morning for northern Illinois. Nothing for Wisconsin yet. That could change depending on how things shake out with data that will come on in later on tonight. But there could be some advisories issued for parts of Wisconsin at some point over the next 24 hours. But right now, we're sitting pretty at this point. So your 7-day forecast, let's check this out real quick. I'm going to pop this up full. And this tells a story. This is the summary of what I've been rambling about for the last 10 minutes or so. A lot of cloud cover and mild temperatures, upper 20s, low 30s on Monday. And then we're back into the mid 30s here for a good chunk of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So an extended period of mild air, and even the overnights. You know, we've had some very cold nights around here recently over the last week with single digits, sub-zero temperatures, wind chills down into the minus 20s and 30s. We're done with that after tonight. So we really come up and we will plateau really for a good chunk of this week in the 30s, and our overnights will be moderating after tonight into the 20s to low 30s too. So there's going to be some ongoing melting here. We're going to have a chance for some fog development around here. If we can saturate the atmosphere, that could become an issue later this week at some point. But as far as weather makers that we know that are possible here, Tuesday and also late Wednesday into Thursday, some of that can linger into Friday. No like whopper of a storm here, but we are going to be affected at some point by these systems, and temperatures will be right around freezing at some point during those systems as they come on in here. And that is why we have to at least include the chance of some wintry weather. So, you know, this is swinging back the pendulum the opposite direction back above where we have been. And this is going back above average. We bottomed out. The average high right now is 25. The average low is 10. That's the lowest of the low as far as winter season here in northeastern Wisconsin in the Green Bay area. So we've really bottomed out as far as the average temperature. It's been colder than that over the last week, and now we will swing back above it and to get back into this more traditional El Nino type weather pattern like we had in December. Mild air, and we'll just see how long it will last. But right now it looks like the Arctic air is exiting as we speak. It's going to be out of here over the next 24 hours. And then, as you just saw with that 7-day forecast, we're going to be home free for mild air here for quite some time. But we'll just be watching out for those weather makers later this week. So that's a look at your forecast and extended detailed discussion here tonight. And you know, we'll just see how things shake out over the next 24 regarding the system on Tuesday, and we'll go from there. So hope to see you on TV later tonight at 10 o'clock. If not, have a great rest of your evening, and stay safe, and we'll see you sometime this week. Have a good night.